Imagine you spend 2 full days to fix an issue, to not fix an issue. Would that be cool? Would you be happy? Would you be pissed? What sort of emotion would be going through your head as you stare up at your glorious project you've been working on for months now, every day, day in and day out? You stare up at this very clean, nice E08 with oil on the bottom of the bell housing, signifying you have a rear main seal leak still after you spent 2 full days fixing the rear main seal leak. Well, hello, friends. Let me put you down to my level down here. My level of sadness and frustration. Guess what? My rear main seal leaks. And I don't really know why. There's no way, 2 times in a row, a seal that I've put on a lot of times, that 2 times in a row, I did it wrong. So here's the variables. Here's what could be going on with that rear main seal leak. Because both times it was an OEM seal. The seal's fine. The only other options, it's a non-OEM crankshaft. It's a Manley crankshaft. Maybe the diameter of the crankshaft where the seal goes on is smaller. Of course, I need to pull the transmission to verify that. Or maybe the plate that the seal goes in, that bolts onto the block to seal everything off, maybe that has a hairline crack that I cannot see with the human eye. That's really the only options. There's a 0% chance, in my opinion, not 0, 10% chance, in my opinion, my non-expert opinion, that I put it on wrong twice and damaged the seal twice. There's no way. I'm pulling the transmission and just the transmission. I'm not pulling the motor again. I can get the transmission out pretty quick. The reason I didn't pull just the transmission last time is because, well, a couple different reasons. I did need to check out the bearings on the motor, and to just everything that we did last time, the motor kind of needed to come out. And not to mention, I didn't want to scratch anything. I bet you could imagine right now I don't really care about scratching things. As a matter of fact, if I have a sledgehammer, I might just take it to the door of this car, because this car is dumb. Man. Well, I can sit here and cry and complain about it all day, or I can just fix it. So I'm going to pull the trans. I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to take measurements of everything. I am trying to find a new rear main plate locally. I'm leaving in a day, out of town. And I'm not going to come back to this problem. Look at this. Just take a good look at that. You see that? If you can't see that, you should open your eyes, because that's a very big leak. I'm going to give myself 1 hour to remove my transmission. Okay? It is currently 8:27 on Saturday, It's 8:27 on today. I'll try to explain my thought process as I go through and remove things. Of course, the T-case has to come out as well. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and start draining fluids. Transmission, gotta be drained, of course. Transfer has to be drained, of course. While those two are draining into their perspective or respective tubs, let's do the things we need to do up top. Unbolt clutch slave. Unbolt slave line or clutch line. We have the shifter cables. Why is this thing just not wanting to be driven? Oh boy, I might have to pop the manifold off. Let's hope not, because that'll take 10 minutes in itself. Shifter cables are off. There's one main wiring connector right here. It controls all the transmission stuff. Come on. Okay, there's that. The Niemela special ground wire. Might as well take care of these upper bell housing bolts while we're up here. Pretty much everything up top is ready to go besides the motor mount. Now I'm gonna do axles and the drive shaft. I might pop the subframe back out. But in this scenario, I would leave all the brakes and whatnot on the car, just disconnect the lower control arm and the steering. For now, I'm gonna leave the subframe in, just loosened, so it can hopefully give us enough clearance to pull that trans out with ease. Pulling the subframe isn't a big deal if I need to do that. It's just, of course, I'm trying to get it done rather quickly. So underneath, we need to pull this cross member, the starter, the downpipe, starter plate, or the little flywheel axis plate thing. And then I really need to get the clutch fork disconnected. And of course, the drive line's gotta come out as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do the clutch fork right now, while I still have a little bit of patience in me. I'm guessing it's gonna take 2 seconds. Okay, screwdriver's in place. Bam, 2 seconds it is. I love it. Need to zip tie up the cap back so it doesn't mess up our rear bumper. 2 volts holding downpipe to the rest of the exhaust. Oof, almost lost the downpipe. Oh man, we're already 33 minutes deep. I gotta get this T-case out ASAP. All right, drive line. Drive shaft is out. Here's the deal. If I need to pull the intake manifold to get the top T-case bolts out, I ain't gonna meet the 1 hour mark. But if I don't have to, there's a chance that I can. Almost got her. Okay, T-case is unbolted. Hopefully it will slide on out of here with ease. It's been a minute since I had to pull the Evo T-case in the car. It doesn't have to come out, but it'll just make life easier if it is out of the way. Well, that's nice. Now we have access to everything else. Let's pop starter, flywheel access. There's a 14 mil in the back. Okay. Curious how wet this flywheel plate is gonna be. Yep, it's wet. I'm having the random thought right now. I'm done with my time, okay? I don't know what time it is. 9:08, so I've spent 40 minutes so far, not bad. But I'm having the random thought. What if that oil, I'm pretty sure I wiped out the bell housing, right? But what if that's just residue or residual oil left in the bell housing? Is it bad to start your car with no gear oil for a second? Is there a chance that it's residual? Yes. Is there a chance that it's not and I would put this thing back together and it would leak? Absolutely. I'm gonna pull the trans because I was just on the phone for a while, so my time limit's off. But I only have a couple bolts left. So let's just pop the trans so I can sleep better at night. If anything, I'm honestly kind of having fun. It's given me more practice on removing a transmission. I guess I don't really need it because I've done it so many freaking times, but gotta look at the bright side, right? Okay, so all the bell housing bolts are out. We have the rear transmission mount that connects to the subframe, and then we have the driver's side mount, and that's it. Trans is out. On the floor, we can take a peek at what's going on. I'm praying that there's no leak, so I don't have to sit there and deal with either a broken casing or a damaged crankshaft. But also I kind of want there to be a leak, so I'm not doing this for nothing. So I could either use the little engine crossbar thing that goes up top. But in order to use that on this car, I'd have to pull the fenders so I don't damage anything. Or I can just lower the car down. I'm gonna have to pull the trans on the ground, which isn't a big deal with the car on the ground. But I can just connect the engine to the engine hoist or the crane and keep it up in the air that way. Unfortunately, the hood does have to rest on the jack, but with a blanket or a towel there, we'll be all right. Okay, let's pull this motor mount off. I might need, I just really want to do this myself. How am I going to lower the jack and make sure the trans don't fall out? You need to lower the jack so I can hold the trans in place. Otherwise it'll just fall out and kill me. You know how to lower it? Yeah, just make sure you're slow as... Right here? Yeah, that's it. Slow, like slow. That should give me enough clearance.
Tighten it up?
Yeah, tighten it up for now. I'll just try to drop it on my chest, slide it over my nuts, and hopefully not squish my nuts, I guess. Okay, well I got my trans on my nuts.
Hold up. Jesus, sketchy ass.
I wish you could just go up with the car, but you'd have to go up with the engine too. Hell yeah. I'll set her on the blanket like that. Right on. Well, now here's the thing. Is it even leaking or was it leftover oil in the case? That's what I started thinking halfway through. Damn, I didn't make the hour, but I was also on the phone for 10 minutes. That was an hour and 7 minutes. Not bad for not trying to destroy parts as I go. All right, transmission's out. Let's pop the clutch, pop the flywheel, and see if I'm gonna laugh at myself or if it truly was leaking, which I'll still laugh at. It was 9:33 by the time I got done, so that was 8:27, hour and 6 minutes, I think. Devin is an idiot. Dun 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 dun. Ha 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 ha. Funny guy. I'm assuming you can assess by my reaction that guess what? It's drier than a kite. I'm wondering where that saying comes from as I say that. Are kites dry? I'm gonna update my homie. He's gonna laugh too. Take your guess. Do you think it's leaking or not leaking?
No, I'm saying it is leaking.
Oh, it's not leaking.
Is it really not leaking?
No.
That was just residual?
Yeah. It'll make me never do that again.
Oh my god.
All right, here's how my shop currently looks. Transmission out, everything's ready to go back together. The vehicle is now at the same stage that it was at a couple hours ago. Complete. Well, not all the way complete, but same stage it was at hours ago. Let's fire old girl up. Watch that rear main start leaking now. That would be funny. I shouldn't even say that. Man, what a weird day. I'm sure this will go down in my life as one of the more ridiculous situations. Oh, let's take apart my car because it's leaking. Oh wait, it's not leaking. Something's disconnected. Accidentally had TPS disconnected and an injector disconnected to access a bolt. What a weird day. I feel so dumb. Kind of funny though. Kind of funny. What's the dumbest thing you guys have ever done? Alrighty. Let's get this thing fully complete. Cooling system back on, intercooler piping back on. That's it. Just those two things and go for a nice little drive. It's gonna be nighttime, so probably shouldn't go too far, but I think I deserve a drive after today. I am going to be running just water in it for the time being once again. And then tomorrow, provided all is well, maybe even tonight, we can drain the water out and put our coolant in. Last piece of the puzzle almost. You don't need the intake to drive it, but we should probably put it on. This thing has all of the necessary components to go on a drive. So, with that being said, let's toss in some water. I guess we should probably start letting this thing warm up, huh? Gotta bleed out our power steering. All right. Oh boy, we beat the sunset. Well, we got light is what I'm trying to say. We still have a touch of light, which excites me. Why is this car this thing's just perfect. I don't get it. Brakes need to be bled a bit. We can take care of that some other day. Maybe tomorrow. All I'm asking for is one trouble-free mile. Now, of course, we can't go far without taillights. I sent the taillights off to get built, but we got glass, so we're kind of legal, kind of not legal. Just one mile. I'm more happy now than the freaking first start, because I know, why did I sound like that? I know that a ton of bugs are now worked out of this thing. It's like we just did this. There's still snow all over the freaking ground, man. I don't like driving this car in snow right now, in slush and ice. But if I'm gonna drive it on snow, we might as well give her a bit of beans. Woo! Can you appreciate how good it sounds? I can. Power steering seems to be working absolutely mint. You know what? I'm gonna go to a beautiful location where there might be a nice sunset right now. Oh man, what a freaking day. Hey Devin, let's play your transmission for fun. sand and gravel and water and slush and everything on the road right now. People look at you funny when your car is all torn apart looking. That's what I've realized. Especially a yellow car. Oh man. I'm just picturing seeing this thing driving down the road. The no taillight thing is getting me good. This guy, how's he gonna know I'm turning? Sorry, homie. What a freaking day. Well, I think we missed the sunset, but it still might be a cool road. You guys hear all that gunk kicking up on my car? Like, how far do you go, you know? Yeah, the car's nice, but am I gonna worry about a little pebble hitting my lower control arm? It's a car at the end of the day. It's not like it's a piece of gold that you can't get a piece of dirt on. I mean, it kind of is a piece of gold, but it's still a car. All vitals so far are absolutely beautiful. You know what I forgot is my intake air temp sensor, and guess what? We're at 1.1 miles. Let's go outside and see how cool this thing looks. What a freaking beauty, man. Hello? Is there a reason you just shut off for no reason? Okay. Maybe she needs to be fired back up. Huh. No apparent reason for the shut off. Hello? I figured out the problem. It's because I asked for one trouble-free mile and it gave us 1.1. That's the only thing I can think of. She fired right back up. We're good to go. I'm gonna head her back to the shop. Great, now I have to go back to the shop, tear the whole car apart, clean all the parts, put it back together. I don't like the sand. But what else are you supposed to do? I need to get miles on it somehow. Otherwise we'll never tune it. We'll never feel the sauce. Good job, Devin. Today was a good day, all things considered.